Welcome, welcome. We're ready. We're about to start. Welcome to the Celebrating ImaGen Ventures events by Generation Unlimited, UNDP, UNICEF, Plan International, and the Scouts. All right, I think we have a good quorum, so let's get started. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Can you hear me? All right, great. And for our virtual audience, also good morning, good evening, depending on where in the world you're joining us. So today, I'd like to welcome you all to this very exciting session. It's very special because today we're going to be celebrating young green change makers from across the world who are driving climate action and at the forefront of the green transition. Why is it so special? Because on this very day, we're going to be celebrating the winners of the third Global ImaGen Ventures Youth Challenge. A round of applause, please. And my name is Vicky Aridi, Program Manager YEO 2030, Generation Unlimited Young People's Action Team member, and a climate activist at heart, which is most important. And today, we'll really hear, by celebrating young green change makers across the globe, how we can take action for climate change. And to mention what the ImaGen Ventures Challenge is, for those of you who do not know, it is a social entrepreneurship program that is really focused on building entrepreneurship mindsets and skills for the future for young people. And part of this session, we'll also have an intergenerational dialogue with some of the winners and experts to see how can we be green entrepreneurs. Without further ado, and so that we can get started, I'd like to invite none other than, can we put our hands together, please, for Mr. Kevin Frey, the CEO of Generation Unlimited by UNICEF. Over to you.
Thank you, Vicky. And I can say to everybody here that I'm absolutely inspired to be on this stage today. And you may ask why. And I have to be honest, I've been a little bit troubled for the last few days as I wandered these hallways, and I started to calculate the average age at COP. And I think that the average age of participants here talking about the future of this planet is far, far, far too high. We need youth at the center of the climate discussion, and that's why we're here today. I'm just back from Rwanda. There was an African, continental summit of youth. So I spent 5 days with 4,000 young people. I thought going there, I was going to hear all about the crises swirling around the world. I thought we would spend a bunch of time admiring the problem: youth unemployment, education, not preparing young people for skills, the climate crisis. There was crisis everywhere. But I can tell you that when I left that place, I haven't been more inspired. Why? Because young people know very well all the crises that they're facing, but that's not what they want to talk about. They want to talk about where is the opportunities. How can they move forward? And specifically, how do those two crises create a unique opportunity? Youth unemployment combined with a climate crisis. The climate crisis is opening enormous new economic spaces for young people. The formal economy is not big enough to absorb them. So what are we seeing? Young people as entrepreneurs starting green ventures to employ themselves, employ their communities, and sometimes even grow bigger than that. But what do young people need to get started? They just need a little bit of help. And that's what ImaGen Ventures is, a global competition across 45 countries, tens of thousands of participants. Today we're going to have 12 winners. And these are young people who want to change the game for climate while creating sustainable ventures. Very exciting to be here. I want to introduce one of the most important partners of Generation Unlimited. The IKEA Foundation have been behind Generation Unlimited, whose mission is to skill and connect the world's 1.8 billion young people to opportunities since day one. And we are very lucky today to have Per Heggenes, the CEO of the IKEA Foundation, here with us for this event. Now you may ask, why would we ask Per to come? Well, the strategy of the IKEA Foundation focuses on two things and two things only: planet and livelihoods. And I can't actually think of a better space than young people creating green ventures here and livelihoods for their communities. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce Per Heggenes, the CEO of the IKEA Foundation.
How's everyone today? Really happy to be here, and this is probably the only opportunity I have to be with young people in this week, and I'm going to take the best most out of it. Very, very happy to see you all. We, as a foundation, we are not only focused on climate and entrepreneurship, but we truly believe that in order to ensure that there's a livable planet for the next generations, we have a big challenge. I belong to the dinosaur generation here, and you know, the dinosaurs are really the ones responsible for the mess we're in with regard to the climate. And you are the ones actually inheriting it. So we have to look to you to help us find the solutions to climate, which we weren't able to do ourselves. It's very sad, but that's a fact. But I know that young people have ideas that the more established organizations, the established businesses haven't really thought about. So that's all about entrepreneurship, and that's why entrepreneurship is such an important part of our livelihood strategy. You really think about bringing forward the ideas and the creativity that young people have every day when they think about the challenges they are up against. And those challenges would be, on one side, a climate challenge, and another side is bringing in enough money so you can have a better life and you can feed your family and you can actually be successful in your life. So we are doing what we can to help you with that, and from our focus areas. And I can tell you, anything we do, we really try to bring young people. This is, I think I've spoken too long. So
These are increasing the sound level.
It's not stable. Huh?
we have a little timeout here. So I guess without further ado, should we start with the awards? Yeah? So this ImaGen Ventures is a very exciting competition where we bring forward entrepreneurs who have really made a difference. And I'm sure there are hundreds of entrepreneurs who've done fantastic work to actually, while they participated in this. But there have to be some winners. And we're very happy to introduce the winner, number one, the top winner for this competition this year. And I'm also very happy to see it as an Egyptian company. So the number one prize goes to soy gel. And this is super exciting. Soy gel produces organic fertilizers and aqua gel from recycled sugarcane waste. It's a competitive, effective, eco-friendly solution for agricultural community. I've looked into it, it's so exciting, and they have the ambitions to become the world leader. Let's give them a big applause. The second prize goes to a company called Sanivise Toilets. I need notes to be able to get this right, sorry. They're tackling hygiene and sanitation in informal settlements in Kisumu in Kenya. And these eco-friendly toilets convert human waste into biofertilizers in a very sophisticated way, which I'm not going to try to explain to you. But, you know, talk about solving a problem in two different ways, the problem of waste and the problem of the climate impact. So give them another applause because they're online with us. The third winner is from Armenia. And the program is called Me Dialogue. This project improves media literacy through board games. improves media literacy through board games, helping to protect people from online fraud and manipulations. Great idea, great project. Let's give him a big hand. And I think there are some younger people, much more sought after than me, who are going to give out the next prizes.
Thank you, Per. Another round of applause, please. As Per said, we'd also have some young people, but he's also young at heart, I must say. So our next presenter to give the awards is none other than Nancy Wanja, a youth delegate from Plan International. More winners to come. Over to you, Nancy.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm happy and delighted to be here. I represent the voices of girls and young women from Kenya. So I'm also happy that I was among the GNU 2.0 global winners with my innovation called Motorbricks Enterprise. So on to the next team, we have Int Tech. A round of applause to them. This is an artificial intelligent bioplastic developed by young entrepreneurs in Pakistan. Another round of applause for them. On to the next team, we have Hutwa. Hutwa from Lebanon. It's an initiative that works in preventing sexual exploitation and violence. Yeah, a round of applause for them. And on to my third team, we have Educando from Nicaragua. So Educando is a platform whose purpose is to design inclusive learning materials with a humanistic vision of educating, which considers the different ways of learning, using graphic design techniques and a digital toolbox. A round of applause to them. So I'm happy that I'm among the youths from Kenya, representing Kenya and also representing the youths worldwide. Thank you.
Thank you. From one fellow Kenyan to another, as we say it, asante sana. So now to the third speaker, who will introduce the next set of winners. You thought we were none? Oh, we're just getting started. So we have none other than Anita Balente de Costa. I hope I pronounced it correctly. Scouts, youth representative from Brazil. Over to you.
Hi everyone, thank you. I feel happy to stay here because my local project chose with a world organization. For that, I am here, and I inspire all the project inspire me too. Now, now let's bring in Tim Lauren from Sierra Leone. These young entrepreneurs are living on open source technology by creating the user STEM server, which provides offline access to high quality STEM educational content. Students can access this information by using any device. This is done by partnering with STEM-based organization. Clap your hands for this product. And the next, from Uganda, the next one has developed a green innovation by waste, by briquette. It's a substitute to charcoal, which is the main fuel for cooking used by households across Uganda. The benefits from this solution are preserving the forest, which plays a key role in removing CO2 from the atmosphere by electrification, upcycling natural household waste into essential fuel for daily use, and improving livelihoods of the most marginalized youth with limited employment opportunities. In Zimbabwe, the project Zambezi Archi Technologies has designed and developed a solid line of grid solar-powered lighting system to bring high-quality and reliable lighting at schools and residential buildings. Knowledge transfer is also a big part of the model, and they train students and teachers on how to make the lantern themselves, which in turn will provide a long lifespan and sustainability. Now we'll pass for Hana.
Thank you so much. Another round of applause for her. And now we're winding down this stage, but it's not the end of this journey quite yet. So to announce the last winners, Hana Sahatqia, Youth Engagement Lead, Generation Unlimited. Over to you.
Last but not least, we have a team from Syria called TechnoBlind. They are essentially working in a social enterprise, a social initiative, to build smart canes for the visually impaired people among them. The smart canes are equipped with geospatial location, with AI technologies. It's low cost and high tech, and it's really designed to make life easier for the visually impaired, both indoors and outdoors. Really cool innovation. I encourage you to check them out in the following days, as we'll be featuring all of these innovations. So a round of applause for TechnoBlind. The next one is a group of refugees from the Azraq Syrian refugee camp in Jordan. And they have been dealing with water accessibility issues in their camp. So what they did is they built a set of electric bikes equipped with solar panels that are going to make it much easier for these young people to really access clean water and bring it to the refugee camps. Through the technology, these bikes, through motion and solar panels, they're going to be able to use them on up to 10 hours of very easy biking to get to the water sources. Very cool, very innovative, especially, so round of applause. And then finally, from Brazil, we have Quebrada Agroecologica. Woohoo! A group of young people who are working on rainwater sequestration. They're essentially working with young people and other people, other stakeholders in the community who have problems with access to water. And they're building these eco-friendly, sustainable mini cisterns that sequester water for easy use in their communities. So far, they've had more than 2,000 families install these cisterns in their houses, in rural areas, in slums, really making water management and water accessibility much easier and facilitated for everyone. So a round of applause for the huge impact that these young people and across the 12 teams are making globally. We're just humbled at GenU and partners to be part of this journey, and we look forward to what's next.
Another round of applause for Hana, please. All right, now the moment that gets exciting. I mean, we're celebrating, so we have to do something exciting, right? So right now, I know we have some of the winners who are with us virtually, all the way from Syria, Nicaragua, I'm seeing them, Lebanon, Brazil, Sierra Leone, Pakistan, Armenia, Uganda, Zimbabwe, Kenya. They're all here with us, and Jordan as well. My, we have young innovators in the house. And we want to give them a round of applause, but a round of applause that is befitting. So I want you to listen to me. So we're all going to start to stamp our feet, and then at the count, when I say 1, 2, 3, we all shout youth power. Got it? All right, let's do a test run. Okay, what? Let's do. Stamp your feet. Louder, we have to make some noise. All right, 1, 2, 3. I can't hear you. 1, 2, 3. All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Now we're doing the real deal. That was a test run. All right, now let's get into it. I hope the ones virtual are with us. You can also drum your desks and then shout youth power. So let's go. Drum your desks online. Drum, 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 drum. 1, 2, 3. All right, thank you so much. And we have celebrated the winners. Congratulations. All right, still more to come. So I hope you're comfortable in your seats. Now we're going to the intergenerational dialogue. Oh, congratulations, Janet, Sierra Leone, Jordan, congratulations, congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, and so now we're going to the more conversational piece. We're hearing from the winners and also from IKEA Foundation as well, and we're having an intergenerational dialogue, which is critical on green entrepreneurship. So I'd like to invite Per Heggenes, the CEO of IKEA Foundation, to join me on stage. Thank you. I'd also like to invite our winners from Egypt, Soijal team, to join us on stage. Ahmed Eldib, Nurhen, Ahmed, and Ibrahim Hamza. Join us, please, on stage. Congratulations. Have a seat anyway. All right, I mean, this is exciting. I mean, you've won the ImaGen Ventures challenge. Just to ask you a question, and really starting with Ahmed, could you please tell us a bit about your innovative idea, about how you've been able to use a fertilizer and aquagel that's made out of sugarcane waste? Wow. And the challenges it's addressing.
Thank you. Our idea was developed at Kafr Gafr. It's a small village in Egypt. We discovered two main problems. The first one was the burning of large amount of sugarcane waste, which produce a large amount of emissions of greenhouse gas, like carbon dioxide. And the second problem is the water scarcity that prevents the agriculture of some water-loving plants in some governorates in Egypt due to the lack of water. Accordingly, we developed our product. The first one is a soilizer, which is a 100% organic fertilizer, which can increase the soil fertility by 2,500%. And the soil and the advantage of our product is to capture carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. Actually, about 1 ton of soilizer can absorb 2.3 ton of carbon dioxide. So decrease carbon dioxide emissions, decrease global warming, and has greatly positive impact on the environment. The second product was aquagel. Aquagel is a product which has ability to absorb a large amount of water and prevent it from evaporation. So 1 ton of aquagel can absorb 2 tons of water, and it's characterized by controlled release water, which is mean that providing the plant with water that all they need. So we reduce the consumption of water. And I have the prototype. Okay. Here's our prototype. We prepared it 10 minutes ago. We just bought aquagel as a powder in some water and started shaking. You can see gel. Actually, you can imagine that stick is the root of plant, and the gel is surrounding, and the gel is surrounding the root, so providing the root with its need of water. Just it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And really, you've brought a prototype. He's teaching us an invaluable lesson about being a green entrepreneur, I must say. And to you, Per, you are seated here with young innovators, and you're the CEO of one of the leading foundations in the green space that has a strong portfolio on green entrepreneurship. And how do you see the potential of really youth-led solutions like soy gel that have come out of the ImaGen Ventures challenge, really, in addressing the striking twofold impacts, really, when we talk about combating climate change and also creating employment opportunities?
Well, Becky, thank you. I think they are the living evidence of what can be done if young people put their minds to today's challenges. And I'm so excited to be here with it today. I've been here for almost a week, and this is really the highlight of my week. It's meeting you and seeing you and see what you have been able to achieve. You know, that's the thing. We looked for a long time until we finally started to realize that climate change is real and we need to do something about it. And as I said before, unfortunately, my generation didn't do a very good job on that, and then we have a lot of catching up to do. But you also need a lot of creativity and out-of-the-box thinking. We need young people to come and help us and think differently. Actually, young people shouldn't be having to solve the problem that we have created, but when we are here today, we have to take the advantage of the young people who start to think differently about the problems. At the same time, also knowing that the problem is going to be theirs for a long time. And if they don't do anything about it, it's not going to go away, it's just going to get worse. So to see the kind of creativity and engagement at that level, to actually find solutions that are totally outside of what any big pharmaceutical or agrochemical company would have found, that's pretty cool, isn't it? I just need to give another hand of applause for that. And I think young people also understand that we have to balance economic development so that it has a positive impact on the climate and not a negative impact on the climate. But that means you have to address the problem in a different way. And I think you're better suited to actually do that than some of us who've been around for a long time. So I think there's a huge potential in engaging young people. And as I said before, whenever we fund programs from the foundation side, we always try to do it with young people and with the ideas of young people, so we don't try to tell them what to do, but they'll tell us what to do.
Thank you. Another round of applause, please. So indeed what Per says, we don't tell young people what to do, but they work with them together. This is really interesting. And really coming back to you, Nurhan Ahmed, you participated in the ImaGen Ventures challenge. How did it help you in designing your solution and overcoming some of the challenges that green entrepreneurs like yourself face? And I can see there's some young green entrepreneurs in the room. Please give them some advice as well, too.
Okay, first of all, thank you for all partners and mentors for giving this opportunity. And right now, I'm gonna talk about the bootcamp experience, which helped us to develop our project and look at our project from other perspective, actually through sessions, for instance, business development session, which helped us know the market, completing partnerships, and also in determining competitors. And this helped us really in developing one of our products, which is aquagel, to loaded aquagel, which control the quantity of fertilizers, as aquagel control the quantity of water. And finance session also helped us determining costs, prices of our products, profit and loss statement, and also we dedicated sections of this program with the mentors, one-to-one mentorship, where mentors help us in our journey and give us implementation and plan, helped us in our plan and implementation to take action steps that needed to launch our project. And my advice for youth is trying to exit from their comfort zone and communicate with people and unleashing their impressive ideas, and also join like this competitions. Thank you, and that's all.
Indeed, it is time for us to step outside our comfort zone. And over to you, Per, back to you again. Really, how is the IKEA Foundation supporting young green entrepreneurs? And what should the young people be looking for in this space and from your end too?
Well, I think what we try to do is support a number of different partners, because we don't do anything, we just pay for it, okay? But our partners, we find the best partners who can actually support young people in different ways, from having school programs that instills an entrepreneurship type of mindset in people. So you start thinking about what it means to be an entrepreneur and what it takes to become an entrepreneur, and think entrepreneurial in a way you plan your own life. So this starts very early in the education. Then we invest in young entrepreneurs who have good ideas and interesting ideas, but need some financial support, some management support, different type of support to actually make the idea come alive. And when that's done, there's also a different challenge, and the different challenge, which is probably one of the biggest challenges, is the challenge of scale. How can it take this fantastic product here and make sure that as many of the 70% of African population who are engaged in farming actually get the benefit from the product that you have created? You know, that's a big challenge, and sometimes that creates some support of different kinds. Sometimes it creates some financial support. So we try to find the different levels of entrepreneurship and support them on all levels, so they are successful at the large scale, so as many people as possible can be helped by the solutions that are created.
No, thank you, Per. And that's a good segue to what Ibrahim is going to talk about. So what's next?
Right now, we are the process of issuing of the patent. we started reaching out to different persons in Egyptian agriculture market like Habiba Farm and Mizara company. We are now in the middle of our discussion to test our product with them. Also, we managed to develop further from the percent waste that are produced from the first manufacturing process. So we can proudly to say that we produce zero waste products. And by the and by this and by all of this, we can start applying our the project of for Government Aswan, Asyut, Suhag, Kena. By the way, Kena produce 10 million waste of sugarcane, and this will help us to develop our project to meet the objective مستقبل مصر project which aim to reclaiming 1,005,000 acre to the total area of the delta. That's all.
Thank you, Ibrahim, for sharing what's next and how you will even scale. And I think we can all say, from listening to this session, we have seen how it's so critical to look at the twofold impact. How can we combat climate change? How can we create employment opportunities? And one way by doing this is really looking at green entrepreneurship skills. And that is something that the Generation Unlimited partnership is focused on, which is key. We have seen the winners who have been going throughout the process and have been able to come up with exceptional, innovative ideas that are going to take action for climate. As a young climate activist myself, I must say we have big shoes to fit, some of us. And really looking, you'd like to say something? All right, and I'll hand it over to Per to say something before we continue.
This is unfair because I ruined your program now. But I wanted to say one thing. I want to pick up on what you said about waste, zero waste, because one of the big areas that we see as a foundation is the potential and the opportunity that lies in waste management, turning waste into money, and in circular economy where you don't have waste, but you turn all the resources, the natural resources, into new products. And that's a huge opportunity, and we put a lot of emphasis into trying to create those opportunities for young people, waste management. I wanted to end by one thing. One really cool project that we have here at COP right now is something called UN Live. If you go outside on the main entrance, you will see a blue container. It says UN Live. That container is created there for anyone who wants to have a dialogue with anyone else around the world. You can have a live meeting with somebody in that container. You can have I went the other morning and I had a live meeting with a group of young people in Nakawale refugee camp in Uganda, and I had a live meeting with some young people in South Africa. And the whole idea with UN Live is to bring everyone's voices to COP so that those who are not heard, those who are not able to attend here, can bring their opinions forward, and we will use that technology to make sure we capture all the ideas and all the thinking so we can put it forward to those who have had them. This is a great project. I think it's an experiment, but you can all go and try it out if you have the time.
Thank you so much for sharing that, Per. Really interesting, and you should go to the UN Live. I know we're wrapping up right now, and just to really remind the innovators, this is just the start of your journey. And we at Generation Unlimited, there's a QR code that you can scan for social media, and we'll continue on social media showcasing these 12 amazing innovations even next week, which, as some of you know, is the Global Entrepreneurship Week. So as we conclude, I'd like you all to rise. And together, let's just say this. The clock is ticking. The time for climate action is now. All right, let's go. The clock is ticking. The time for climate action is now. Give yourself a round of applause. All right. And I'd just like to invite all the speakers and also the